About a year ago, I posted a video where I highlighted every single MC type. Back then though, Fontaine wasn't released yet. And, well, it's now released, and a new element for MC became available to players. Hydro. So, as an avid MC main, as well as various comments telling me to do Hydro next, I built Hydro MC. Hydro MC is, well, to put it nicely, not great. The normal attack string is the same as every MC before, and before you ask, you still need to level it separately from the rest. The skill is the most unique part of their kit. It's a channeling ability that converts MC into a super soaker and forces you to stand completely still, hoping the enemies are absolutely blind, or you have a shield. The elemental burst though. Oh, the elemental burst. For some reason, they made it so that this burst doesn't get stopped for anything. It goes through Zhongli's pillar, it goes through Ningguang's gate, it even goes through the Abyss Wall Arena.
Bye, have a great time!
To sum it up, MiHoYo's team essentially took Animo MC's kit, made it Hydro, and proceeded to make it worse than before. This is the very definition of 1 step forward, 2 steps backward. While you can get a good amount of damage thanks to the Vaporize reaction, beyond that, the kit doesn't seem inherently ideal for a DPS nor a support, thanks to the fact that the ICDs for Hydro MC are the normal ones. Most videos highlighting the Hydro MC specifically utilize the full channeling effect of the skill. That's what the constellations and passives seem to promote. For the most part, every guide ignores the burst due to its clunkiness. I think that this is a mistake. If you have to ignore half of a character's kit, you miss out on any potential damage that could give you. Period. And that also just makes other characters better by default because they get to use their full kit rather than only using half of their kit. But was there really a way to use this burst? What if I told you there was? But not only use it, but use it effectively. Earlier I said that Hydro MC and Animo MC were basically the same. Most people also thought the Animo MC burst to be relatively unusable. The limitations of that burst were gone around, at least partially, by fixing it in place, either by using the Abyss Arena wall, or by using Zhongli's pillar. No one tried to move with the burst because, honestly, it moved way too quickly for you to do any effective actions with it. However, this is not the same case with Hydro MC's burst. You see, C2 on Hydro MC makes the burst move significantly slower, allowing you to easily outpace it and get in front. Then, by using Farms 4 of CC, you can pull enemies in front of the burst, making enemies take extra damage from it. Now, this strategy isn't effective against boss enemies, but you can still maximize the amount of ticks a boss takes by launching the burst just in range, maximizing the distance the burst travels while in the hitbox of said boss. Knowing both of these features allows one to fully maximize the potential of this burst, as well as gain access to the maximum amount of damage it can possibly do. Given this particular playstyle, some form of CC must be on the team. I chose Kazuha here because his abilities produce one of the largest CCs possible in the game, but still found success utilizing Venti, Jean, and Sucrose in some limited fashion. I slotted in Shelling and Bennett for the remaining 2 spots in order to vaporize as much of the ult as possible initially. Other pyro options I either A, didn't own, B, don't work due to ICD problems, or I couldn't really test in time before the 3.8 Abyss expired. So why a vaporized team? I've mentioned this in multiple videos before, but if I use Hydro MC in a, say, Hyper Bloom or just any Bloom comp in general, Hydro MC really isn't doing the damage. The Bloom cores are, which only really depend on elemental mastery, so there isn't really a point to build the talent levels in MC as a result. I also wanted to make the burst work, so here we are. 3.8's Abyss was probably the best time to showcase this attack method because of the enemies that could be CC'd, and so I rushed to get the necessary mats before the Abyss time expired. with my talents leveled up, the artifacts were just a culmination of whatever I had left in my inventory that could work. I decided on 2-piece Hydro, 2-piece Noblesse because a 4-piece emblem set wasn't really great enough for Hydro MC. I didn't really get the right amount of energy recharge nor elemental mastery that I wanted, so it is what it is. But I managed to get everything set before the 3.8 Abyss expired. So, here's what happened.
Everyone hold hands! Make yourselves a room! Out of my way! Rain cutter!
Kamisato Arc. Suiyu.
Hey! Rain outlines your face. Our bond is strong. Witness the power of God.
Mind the daily. Be still.
Let's play turn over. Share my knowledge. I'll settle that. Committed to memory. Rain cutter.
Kamisato Arc. Suiyu.
Body and cut thick. Get with me. Make yourselves a room.
Cascade.
Go!
One with nature. Chen.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Eat this!
Clouds high. The birds
Bombs away!
into the wind.
Ha! Acrobat hit! I'm going in!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
You're toast! Go!
Into the wind.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's wipe out!
As one with wind and cloud.
Adventure time! Nice and spicy! Adventure time! Everybody stand back!
The wind knows me.
Eat this!
Clouds high. The birds call. That hurts. One with nature.
Going in!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
You're toast! Go back! Get them!
Time to get kicked.
Adventure time! Go!
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
I'm going in! Get them! Bombs away!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Everybody stand back! After right hand, into the fire! You're toast! Let's light it up! Wipe out!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Teamwork is dreamwork! Bubba, get them! Eat this!
Wind strike.
Water jet!
Clouds high. The birds...
I'm going in! Water jet! This stays for you. Ring cutter. Our bond is strong. The Temple of Wisdom. Let me weave you up.
The depth back.
Terrified! Know my sword! Commit to memory. Make yourselves at home. Witness the power of Gopa. Gopa, get them! Let's light it up! Everybody stick!
Fallen leaves. Adorn it.
Go! Wipe out!
Into the wind.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
As one with wind and cloud.
Water in it! Pride Camp into the fire! You're in tough!
Timming us for toes.
Let's light it up!
Where the eternal
Everybody stand!
oasis.
Bombs away!
Time to go. One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call.
I'm going in!
Into the wind.
Eat this!
As one with wind and cloud. The eternal oasis of long life.
I see everything! Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter!
Mind the damage. Cascade.
The Temple of Wisdom! I'll settle this! This stays for you. Know my sword! Let me weave you a purpose.
Be still.
Time to act. Stand with me. Ring cutter. Hey! Share my knowledge.
The depths back.
Lightning terrified. Know my sword. Witness the power of Gopa.
Be still.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Hydro MC is most definitely not the main damage dealer here. This is just a different playstyle and can be fairly versatile on enemies that can be CC'd.
Let's light it up.
After more playtime with the character, I realized that if I really wanted to double down on this playstyle, using Sack Sword and Kozua would allow for more flexible setup. With some more time, I also tried some other team comps, finding some limited success in Lynette and Klee over Shenlong. I realized that I could potentially use Klee for the 4th slot, as well as because, well, you can use her charge attack to knock enemies into the MC burst. However, 4.0 Abyss was not the greatest place to showcase MC, and this is because there are Hydro-immune enemies here. That's nice. Great fun. I love it when the character I am showcasing cannot do damage to save their life. Not to mention that the other side is also pretty terrible, as it's all boss enemies, which, again, Hydro MC doesn't do well against. I did manage to 36-star the Abyss using Klee in place of Shenlong, as you can see in the background. I won't be showing the rest of the 4.0 Abyss trials here, mainly because of the fact that, well, Hydro MC doesn't really do too much. In my opinion, that is the single greatest problem with this character. There really isn't a niche for it to fulfill at the current moment in time. That said, I hope future MC kits are better and or more useful. I may make a part 2 for this if I can refine the burst playstyle a bit more, and an Abyss with more CCable units comes along. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time. This is actually going to be pretty fun.